going to be a perfume related video. This is actually going to be what I learned in 2021 and what I'm going to bring into 2022. So I suggest you go ahead and get your cafecito, your tea, your this or your that, because hopefully it's not going to be that long, but y'all know how your girl talks, okay? So I'm just warning you, girlfriend, I'm just warning you. Okay, so we all know 2021 was a telling you, rough year. And 2021 was the year that I most learned. I learned so many things that I felt the need that I had to share this. Okay. The number one thing that I learned was to lower my expectations. Hold on, girlfriend. Hold on. I know you're like, what? I'm not talking about going into relationships and lowering your expectations. No, honey, boo-boo, I am not. That's a completely different topic. When you are going to date somebody and you're going to see somebody for the first time, your standards needs to be up here and they need to fulfill all of your standards. If not, but we're not talking about that. Okay. Number one was lowering my expectations. So let's get into it. As you guys know, my dad passed away in 2021, and I was not close to him I was not close to my dad. I had not spoken to my dad for about 10 years. I'm not going to get into that, but I can just say a little bit. The reason for, maybe in the future, I will make a video on that, but not yet so I wasn't close to him. I had not seen my dad for about 10 years plus maybe. And our relationship had always been very rocky because of the way I was brought into this world. Okay, that's another video. I'm just going to leave it there. Okay. I always loved my dad. I always missed my dad. I just had to distance myself from him because I was getting hurt. Okay. So long story short, a friend of mine had made a little party and she invited our family, which I had no idea that she was going to invite my family and that my dad was going to show up. Here's when I'm telling you how to lower your expectations, okay? All this time, I thought in my head, maybe one day my dad's going to look for me. Maybe my dad is going to miss me. Maybe my dad is going to know that I'm doing good and he's going to feel proud of me and he's going to look for me, right? I had really, really, really high expectations for that. I said, one day that's going to happen. Just to burst your bubble, it never happened, okay? And let me tell you, all of those thoughts I thought in my head. Now, we're not talking about work-wise, relationship-wise. It can lead into relationship, but I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about things that you think and you fantasize in your head and you expect the other person to know what you're feeling and you're thinking and having your expectations super high, and they don't even know what you're actually feeling, what you're actually thinking, right? So she did this party. This was like around August. And I'm lying. It was before August. I don't remember. Maybe March, February, March. I'm not so sure. So I didn't know that she was going to invite my family over. And then when I saw my dad coming, okay, my family came, and when I saw my father coming in towards the doors, I said, and I thought, oh my God, he's going to come up to me. He's going to greet me. He's going to hug me and this and that and that and that. No, it didn't happen. Okay. He came through the doors. And mind you, I've never done anything to my dad. I've never done anything to him. So my dad came through the doors and he completely passed me. Like if I was a ghost. That hurted my feelings so much. And I was like, That hurted my feelings, okay? And I thought in my head, damn, he hasn't changed. He's old. I had not seen him for 10 years. Imagine seeing a person you haven't seen for 10 years. And then you see them all over. Obviously, he was older. My dad was 57, I think. He was not the same man that I had seen. So he went right to the back, and I thought, let me stand up and go look for him. So that's what I did. I stood up. I got my kids. I remember, mind you guys, I have 5 kids. 5 kids. Out of those 5 kids, my dad only knew 2, and my dad was very close to 2. That's a different story. My dad was always close to my 2 children, my oldest children. But the little ones, he had never met them because it's been 10 years that we haven't seen each other. So I thought in my head, my expectations, okay, maybe if he sees me in the backyard, he'll talk to me. I went to the backyard and he completely ignored me. So then I got close to him, and I grabbed my children that he didn't know, my 3 children he didn't know. And I was like, here. I was like, look, this is da-da-da and da-da-da and da-da-da-da-da. You know, like these are my, and then obviously I introduced him to my fiance as well. And he took it really well. So it didn't take for him to take a step, but it took me to take a step, you know what I mean? And in that way, I'm a very humble person, which it doesn't faze me to actually look, I don't know. That didn't faze me. So anyways, I went over and he greeted my kids and he met them and he was like, oh my God, take a picture with them. And he wanted pictures, this and this and that and that. And this story that I'm telling you, this short little story that I'm telling you, might suit you because you probably have no relationship with your mother, with your father, with your sister, with your brother. And in your head, you already have really high expectations. Oh, maybe one day they're going to search for me. Or maybe one day this is going to happen. Let me tell you something, boo-boo. If you don't tell anybody what's going through your head, they're not going to know. So even if you want a person to do something, they don't know what you want them to do, you're going to be let down. You know what I mean? So that experience, which many more that came from that day, I learned, lower your motherfucking expectations, girl. Lower them. I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be taking the big steps most of the time because people don't know what you want, right? Or you think too high of a person. For instance, like I thought for my dad, like, oh, he's mature, he's getting older, he's gonna know one day that he has to look for me and that blah, 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 blah. It didn't happen. It did not happen, okay? All right. Number two thing that I learned in 2022 was fear. Oh my God. I think fear has to be maybe the number one, but you guys, fear. So this all leads to the same damn thing. As we all know, in the beginning, when the whole virus started, none of us believed it, right? Some of the people were taking the vaccination serious. Some people were not taking the vaccination serious. And I was that person that was like, whatever. No, like, probably this is not real. I was pregnant with this last child, with my baby. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna get vaccinated or anything because I don't know, whatever. I'm confused. I'm ignorant on the whole matter. Everybody was getting sick, right, around me, but I wasn't getting sick. Nobody near me was getting sick. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably a lie. That's what I was thinking in my head. You guys, until it hit home, which the story says my father didn't believe in the vaccine. And everybody in the household got sick. Everybody in his house got the vaccine except him. And he was the one that got really sick, you know? I didn't know he was going to pass away, but I knew that he got sick like this. It was like a matter, like time, like time, you guys. Anyways, he got sick. And then I thought, oh, hell no. Like, I'm going to go get my vaccine. So anyways, I went and got my vaccine, and then my dad was at the hospital. Then he got really, really, really ill, like really sick. Me and my fiance got our vaccines, and then we were just like, okay, if everybody got vaccinated in the house, and he didn't get vaccinated, there is some truth on the vaccine, right? I ended up getting my vaccine, and I was pregnant. So my dad was put on a ventilator, and I just felt the need that I needed to see my dad. Before, let me rephrase a little bit. Before he got on the ventilator, he was talking to his family, and I was still having high hopes, high expectation. I said, maybe now that he's sick, he's going to call me, he's going to look for me, and maybe he's going to tell me that he loves me. And maybe, and then he gets out of this, and then we'll be happy again. It never happened. He never called me. Never. Okay. He never called me. And I'm not bitter because of that, because you have to think, when you're ill, when you're sick, when I get my gallbladder attacks, I cannot function. I cannot think. I end up being in the ER. I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be talked to. I am completely another person, okay, because I am in severe pain. So my dad must have been in severe, I mean, you can't breathe, you know what I mean? And then not only that, but you're being told that you're going to be put on a ventilator, and you might not make it out of the ventilator. So my dad must have been going through so many things. But even though I was thinking in my head, my expectations, my high expectations, maybe one day he's going to call me. Maybe he's going to tell me he loves me. No, boo-boo, it didn't happen. It didn't happen, boo-boo. So, I have a little monster inside of me. So you guys, I felt the need that I needed to go see my dad at the hospital. Let me tell you, have you ever feared? I've always been a badass bitch. I consider myself to be a badass bitch. I don't fear no one. I don't fear nothing. But let me tell you, 2021 had me fearing for my life. Fearing for the life of my kids. Fearing. I was so scared. So I had gotten my vaccination. I was completely ignorant. I thought that, okay, since I'm vaccinated already, I can go see my dad at the hospital. I went to see my dad at the hospital. He was in the ICU of the COVID patients. Y'all, when I'm telling you, I went and saw that man in there, I was just like I was blown the fuck away by seeing so many rooms full of people super sick, even in the hallway, that I was just like, okay. I had gone into the ER, and the ER was packed. My dad was in isolation in another place. So you guys, fear started taking over me. I would go to the hospital. There's protection gear, you know what I mean? There's protection gear, there's protection that you can take care of yourself, but you really, really need to like be devoted to be protected, to go see to go into that area. It's kind of scary. And I'm pregnant. I have 4 siblings. It's 4 of us. Only me and a brother of mine, and my other 2 siblings I don't know, but I think they never went and saw my dad. And I remember this nurse telling me, oh my gosh, The reasons for them not seeing my dad, that's their business, that's their reason, you know, but I'm assuming one of them has to be because of protection and because of fear. So you guys, I remember a nurse telling me, oh my gosh, your brother was telling me how much your dad loved you and how he was so proud that you were pregnant. I think it was a nurse or his girlfriend, something like that, that you're gonna have a new baby and blah 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 blah. And me in my head, I'm knowing that they're referring to my sister and not me. So they were always referring to her because my sister was about to have her baby, and my dad and my sister were very close. But my sister never went to see my dad. Her reason she must have had. But what I'm trying to say is that fear has taken over us, right? Obviously, like, we need to be fearful. But what I'm telling you, I would get home, okay? And I would shower, take off my clothes, this and that and that. And then I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this when he doesn't even care? He never even cared. Like, why am I even seeing him? And I thought, Erica, chill the fuck out, bitch. You's a badass bitch. And you know what? God loves you. God loves you, and he will protect you because he sees your heart. After that, and I thought to myself, and I was like, you know what? The blood of Jesus has me. He's protecting me. And he knows who I am, and he knows the need for me to go see my dad in the hospital. So anyways, you guys, long story short, we had to disconnect my dad. And you guys, we disconnected my dad, and I was in the room, but he still had the tube inside. So when we walked out of the room, that's when they took out the tube, and that's when he passed away. But as that was going on, the in and out of going into the room, because remember, we're ignorant because we don't work in the hospital. We don't know how that is. Even though I was wearing complete gear of protective gear, I was still so afraid, and I was still so scared. But I felt the need of seeing my dad. Like, I needed to be there. You know what I mean? I needed to be there, and I knew that Jesus was protecting me, and that I was going to be okay. That still, not confusing, you guys, that's still scared. I was still scared for myself, for my health. And not only that, but bringing something to my home and getting my kids sick and my spouse sick. And I'm just like, and for what? But I let all that go. I let all that go when I knew that I was protected by somebody more powerful than myself, which was God. So then, you guys, we disconnected my dad. It was very sad. It was very sad. I came home, and the days following to that, I was just like, I would feel like a little scratch, and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I literally had almost a panic attack for the first time in my life. I've never had panic attacks, but for the first time in my life, I remember I had a little tickle, and I went to the mailbox, and I was just like, oh my God. I started feeling like tense and starting to shiver because I started getting scared. Now, I don't know what a panic attack is. I don't want to be speaking out of my ass, but I felt like I was panicking. Like, I was like literally panicking. So anyways, thank God I never got sick, and that has been long ago. But 2022 showed me, don't fear. Don't fear. Fear, be smart, take care of yourself, vaccinate yourself, watch what you eat healthy, eat this, eat that. But stop fearing. Stop fearing. Another fear that I had was my YouTube. I started doing YouTube, and obviously I became pregnant maybe maybe weeks after I started uploading video, and I started getting discouraged. Who's gonna want to watch a fucking pregnant woman talking about perfumes when we all know pregnant women can't even fucking stand perfumes? But you know what? I still went through. And I'm still going through. And I'm 9 months pregnant. I'm about to pop. but I'm still doing it. And I left all my fears. I've left all my fears behind. By this, I don't mean be careless, go to clubs, go to this, because we all know this Rona thing is very, very, very serious. And if you have lost a loved one, I didn't lose someone that was very dear to my heart. But if you did, my condolences to you. And it's hard. It's so hard. And I understand it's so hard. I can't imagine like losing my kids or my partner, you know, like, oh, it's so sad. Okay. Jumping on to the next one, being vain. Yes, girl, boo boo. 2020, 2021 showed all of us that being vain, beauty is vain. Life is short, y'all. Life is so short. So what happened? We started wearing the mask, right? What happened to those women that wanted to get a BBL, that wanted to get their body done? A lot of people recommended, a lot of people went through it and got their bodies done and stuff. But they recommended for you not to fuck with your body because your immune system goes low. So you're more likely to get sick. You know what I mean? So what happened? We would have to wear a mask, right? Quarantine. How many people didn't gain tons of weight? You guys, life is so vain. Now, am I saying by this, don't put makeup on? Hell no. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying, girlfriend. But I'm just saying, life is fragile. It comes, it goes. Makeup, you can, with the mask, who's going to see your makeup? You know what I mean? Who? If you gain weight, you know, by being quarantined, not doing nothing because you're inside of your home. I mean, you guys understand what I'm trying to say? How life is so short and life is vain. The shit we focus on is vain. Even when my dad had passed, I would look at, I love perfumes. You guys know that. I love smelling good. Who smells you through a mask? Honestly. Unless you over motherfucking spray, but who's gonna smell you through a mask? You know what I mean? So I would look at my perfumes and I'd be like, you know, I would look at my makeup and I'd be like, vain. I even stopped thinking about, oh, maybe one day I'm gonna get my mommy makeover and stuff like that. For what? You know what I mean? Now I don't think like that. Now I can do my makeup for my videos. I can do this. I like getting ready for my man, and I like smelling good for my man. So you got to change your perspective of life, that everything is vain and fragile. Life is so fragile, you. But one of the most important things that I also learned in 2021 was to let go. Let go. You gotta let go of grudges. You gotta let go. You gotta be a bigger person. Sometimes do you find yourself that you're fighting with a lot of people? You're fighting with your spouse, with your kids. Look at yourself. You gotta look at yourself. Be like, am I the one? It's okay. It's okay to look at yourself, to acknowledge who you are, acknowledge what is making the problem. Are you the problem? For instance, me and my man get into arguments, right? And I've been bitchy the whole day. You know, I'm snappy, I'm bitchy, I'm this, I'm that. I can calm the fuck down a bit, you know what I mean? And I can be like, you know what? Let me calm the fuck down. Right? In another situation was in the same thing with my dad, letting go of my grudge. Just let go. What is it going to benefit to me? Holding grudges with my father, if he's passing away, if he didn't meet my expectations, if he let me down. It's not going to benefit me in anything if I'm the one holding the grudge as he's passing away. So let him go. Let it go. Even if he didn't ask you for forgiveness, let it go. If you have grudges with other people, let it go. Let it go. It doesn't help to hold any grudge in your heart. For what? You a bad bitch. A bad bitch doesn't hold grudges. Come on. Okay? Let that person go. Maybe your ex did you wrong. Let him go. Let him go. Life will take care of him. Trust me. When you let go, it's for yourself. It's not for nobody else. And power. Power. Okay? You guys, let me tell you how good it feels to let it go and become powerful. To take care of yourself, okay? To take your health in controlling your health, controlling, having your house organized, having your mind healthy. Power, that gives you power. You become invincible. You know how good it feels that I actually took the step to go and, as you can say, no, it's not kissing an ass, but it felt at the moment like I was kissing my dad's ass, but I felt the need to do it. And I didn't kiss his ass. I was just like, these are your grandkids. Here, know them. You know what I mean? But you know how good that felt. Another thing I forgot to tell you guys is that after that, he never looked for me or anything. And then Father's Day came and I felt the need to tell my dad, Happy Father's Day. And I texted my dad, Happy Father's Day, because you've always been a great dad to my brothers. Regardless, my dad was such a great dad that I think maybe my dad was such a great dad to my brothers. I have a little brother and he grew up with growing pains or arthritis, I don't know. But my dad had to work the second day. He did construction and he would massage my brother's legs until my brother would stop crying or until my brother would go to sleep. Those are some tender, sweet memories I have in my head, knowing what a great father my dad gave his all to my brothers when they were little and even as they were grown. So I texted my dad and I said, Happy Father's Day. And he was like, is this you, Erica? And he was so happy. And he said, I want a picture of all my grandkids and He was so excited that I had texted him that. Then shortly after that, it's when he passed away. When is Father's Day? June? He passed away in August. Okay? So do you know what power that gave to me? To be humble, to let go of his fear that he might reject me. Okay? It made me feel so good. It gave me power. Do you know how much power I felt and I keep feeling every time I record a video and I upload it, even though I'm a big ass fucking 9-month pregnant woman over here with that I had a lot of fears of who's gonna trust my opinion? Who's gonna do this? Who's gonna do that? You know, like, no, power. So you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's not all that long, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys get to know me a little bit better and see a different side of me, that I'm not only perfumes. I've always said it. I'm not only perfumes. But in 2022, you guys, I want to start vlogging. I'm going to have my baby pretty soon, so I want to start vlogging. I want to do more get readies with me, story times. I just have so much great, I have so much great energy to put out for 2022 that I hope you guys can see that and can be a part of my life into 2022. Be part of me, see me grow in this channel and encourage me and give me ideas and, you know what I mean. And if you don't know, now you know. Anyways, you guys, that is it for today. I hope I didn't bore you guys. bore or bored. I hope I didn't bore you guys, but yeah, that is it. See you on the next one. Ciao. Besitos a ti.